Arian, one of the counterpoints to NIL when it was first introduced is it was dividing the locker room. You know, now that it's been around for a few years, can you speak on the feeling around it at Georgia and you know, how the players have been handling it and how they actually feel about it?
I feel like a lot of the players like really like it and enjoy like the process of it, like the advantages of it. But like most of the time, we're not really focused on NIL. We focus on football. So
Going back to the Peach Bowl, how much did that moment, that touchdown, mean to you, just from everything you went through last season, the injuries, to be able to make a play like that?
I mean a lot. I mean, I'm sure y'all enjoyed it just as much as I did.
With Kendall picking up another injury, and you're someone who unfortunately has had a similar issue, what is your mindset after you pick up another one? You know, unfortunately it's in the spring, but it just sort of seems to keep happening to you. How do you keep that mindset that I got to keep doing the work so that I can get back on the field and make an impact for this team?
Just I really focus on the time, like present. Like I really try to think about like the future or the past. Like it happened, it happened. Unfortunately, I had 3, so I didn't deal with it a lot. I told Kate earlier days, just it happens, man. I was like. My roommate Dejan, he had dealing with something too, so I was like, just keep your head, straight, just focus on the present, what you can do to get better, get healthy.
Are you still hands down the fastest guy on the team?
I mean, I think so. What y'all think?
Everything I've read, it's looking pretty fast to me. Anybody tried to challenge any of these new guys? Want to see what you got?
Nah, they don't want to challenge me. I let the film speak for itself, so they know.
What's sort of been your mindset even before spring? I mean, the things you were working on coming into this year to get even better?
My mindset is get better at football, just as, like as a whole, not just going deep, just like the small stuff too. Everything, details, blocking, catching short routes, taking it for 50, So mostly everything, all around receiver.
How far do you feel like you've come as a blocker in your time in Georgia?
A long way. When I first got here, I did not want to touch nobody.
Are you continuing your track career, or did you have to give it up for some practice?
It's really still up in the air, but not really. I don't think I'm gonna run. Focus on football.
How is that? How is that? How are you processing that? I mean, is that tough to give up?
It's tough to give up. I'm not like me and Matt. We go way back, like before we even got here. So I do want to run. Like I came here to run track and play football, but my first priority was football. So it's gonna be tough, but I know what I'm here for. So
how does it change? Like, are there market changes when you're not running track? Are there things now in your diet? Are there stretches or exercises you no longer do? Or how much of a modification is it?
Not much, just because I've been hurt so much. So I really ain't been able to do either one, football or track. So it doesn't really do too much.
What do you feel like is the biggest difference for the receivers when it comes to Mike Bobo now calling the plays? What kind of adjustments have you guys as a group kind of made?
I don't think we have done too much because obviously Coach Mullen just left. So I don't think we changed too much, but there's definitely stuff that changed, because it's 2 different people. So we ain't changed too much, but we changed some stuff.
What's your early impressions just of what this offense is going to look like this
I'm
year?
excited, man. So
What's most exciting? I'm sorry, Arian. What's the most exciting part about the offense and what you see?
all the
so far?
opportunities, what I'm saying? QB, receiver, running back. There's a lot of opportunities of them. So if you want to play, go ahead and take them.
Aaron, after the game, I had a chance to visit with you, and you kind of said, we could be even better.
Mm-hmm.
Is that still the mentality you're thinking about?
Oh, yeah. We still left a lot of stuff, out there on the field, a lot of mistakes and, a lot of bust plays or, lows or something. So I feel like we can be a lot better than last year.
CJ Smith is a guy that didn't get to play a lot last year as he dealt with injury. What have you gotten to see from him this spring?
Development, man, getting better. Every practice he's getting better. He's learning fast. So I told him, because me and him, I kind of see myself as a young Arian, where he at right now. So I just told him, next play mentality every time. So that's basically my message to him every day at practice.
What do you see out of Smoke Louis so far with him coming in from Texas A&M?
I haven't really seen too much because we're not really repping at the same time. But I see some of his reps. He's good. He's gonna be good once he gets developed too.
Along those lines, what have you seen from the wide receivers that have joined your position group, the 2 transfers? Yeah.
They're going to be good too. I haven't seen too much, but they're going to be good.
How much do you think it helped Marcus coming back, just having a guy of that kind of experience coming back to the receiver room?
Helps a lot. Experience is the key part of, I'd say, our team. A lot of young guys don't really play unless you're Brock Bowers, so he's very valuable to our offense.
What do you feel like his strengths are as a receiver?
Say it again?
What Marcus's strengths are as a receiver?
Blocking. I'll say blocking, catching contested balls. he has strong hands.
You obviously your per reception average is through the roof, so you can get deep and get behind him. What are some of the? I would assume that being able to drop it down and bring it back, you're going to be wide open. People geared up for your speed. What are some areas like that you're trying to get better at? Route running, that kind of thing.
My short speed, long speed there, short speed is what I'm focusing on.
Right. Well, how do you define short speed? Just be
In and out of cuts. I can run, but can you stop and go?
yeah.
What are the things you want to get better at this spring, getting ready for the season?
Everything, catching deep balls, blocking, short stuff, everything. Play call, getting the play call, lining up, everything.
Do you feel like you have an opportunity to play an even bigger role this time around?
I think so.
Arian, how many times have you gone back and watched a replay of your touchdown catch against Ohio State?
Like since spring or like
No, just since the game. Really since the game.
not too much.
Really?
I try not to like look at that stuff. Coach always say like immediately like, yeah, I was good. It's not about me. It's about the team. So yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, great touchdown, but it wasn't on me.
When that play happened, I know you've talked about this 100 times already, but when that play happened, the defensive back fell down. Just
Yeah.
what goes through a guy's mind when you're that wide open?
I was moving so fast, I really didn't see him fall down. So
Yeah.
just catch the ball, We do our practice when the ball going there. All you do is focus on the ball. Coach say, that's what I did.
When's the last time you remember a quarterback overthrowing you? Is that happening again?
Not too often. Can't remember the last time. Most time I run up under it.
You mentioned injuries too. That's kind of limited you really about half the games you could have played. And
Yeah.
again, you kind of said to say you don't look back, but have you ever caught yourself, man, if I could have just stayed healthy, what I could have already have done?
Of course, I've taken some time like, man, wish I was healthy for a game. I could have helped out in a way.
Who's out of those three quarterbacks? Who would you say can heave it the farthest?
Right now in spring?
Yeah, from like just I'm gonna throw
That's
it
a
as
tough
far as I
question.
can and you
That's
run
a tough
under.
question. I'd probably say either Carson or Gunner.
Yeah,
Yeah, really all three can throw, so it's really hard. I'd probably say all three of them. They all can throw it.
yeah. You gotta hear from them no matter what you say.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna hear from them.
Going back to last fall camp when you got hurt, what was sort of the motivation? What did it take to just keep persevering, keep pushing through
Same
that?
thing I did when I broke my leg. Focus on what I can do to get healthy and get back on the field.
Go ahead.
Is this a better wide receiver core when you bring in a couple guys that put up some good numbers at other SEC
I
schools?
wouldn't say better. I think we're kind of the same, but we can get better. We only have two new transfers, and the only person we lost was Kiera. So I don't think we lost too much potential, but I think we can be better than the last receiver core we had.
For a guy that's got world-class speed, when you have these lower body injuries, I got to think at first it had to be just absolutely devastating. How much mental toughness or growth do you get from being able to realize you can come back from those injuries and still be as elite as you are in speed?
I'd say not taking things for granted, man. 3 surgeries in one leg, still the fastest on the team, like y'all said. Just not taking things for granted, take everything seriously. When I'm hurting, get rehab, go to sleep on time. So
How much
take care of my
discipline
body.
does that? I was gonna, you guys say going to rehab, and for us it's just a word, but a rehab, it's a pretty lonely, serious commitment to this. How much are we talking? What hours of the day?
I wake up and get rehab before class for about an hour, and then I get rehab before practice and rehab after practice. So after I leave here, I'll be going to get rehab.
3 times a day.
Yeah.
How many days a week?
3 times 7, it's 21. So yeah, Sunday too.
What are your early impressions of Zeke Haynes?
Zeke, he's gonna be good. He has a lot of potential to go. He's gonna be good.
What is it he does well?
He's just quick. He's just a natural receiver. He don't have to get taught to run routes. It's just him learning the plays. So once he learns the plays and learn the offense, he's gonna be good.
How about Anthony Evans?
He's fast. He's gonna be good too. He has a lot. He's a lot of. How do I say? He has a lot He reminds me a lot like Percy Harvin. The way he runs, it's effortless.
And then I'll ask about the other freshman, Tyler Williams.
Tyler's gonna be good. He went to the same high school I went to, so I knew him well before he got here. So I'm excited to see him too. That's like my brother.
What is his strengths? What does he do?
He reminds me of Mark. Marcus throws me strong hands. Early guys gotta learn the offense, so they gotta take the time to learn first.
Time for two more. Anybody else? All right, thank you, Aaron.
Thanks, Aaron.
Appreciate it.